Actually, what I'm really interested, because this is the 4th Arkham game I played, I'm really interested to see how gently are easing someone like yourself who hasn't played any of them into the experience.
This is going to be painful.
So should we pick up here with a hello of some description?
Probably, since now I'm actually going to start playing.
Okay, are we just going to be Matthew and David?
Matthew and David, the doctors is in, as you suggested. we are both doctors.
Yeah. Well, yeah, okay. So the doctors is in.
Dr. Matthew Taylor to my left.
And Dr. David Boffer to my right.
And Batman on screen.
This is
using what I assume is what will control Batman.
Yeah. So this is a soft opening for our attempt at making some Let's Play videos. Coming at this in a very disorganized and unstructured way, but Dr. Boffer is behind the controls of the Cape Crusader, and you're not terribly used to playing on consoles, is that correct?
Yeah, the last one was Nintendo.
Okay.
It's been a few years. I've figured out how to move and look around, and presumably the game involves more than this.
Yeah.
So, let's see. There's some sort of exclamation point at the top of the screen. Meet Commissioner Gordon by the bat signal on the GCPD rooftop. Oop. Hold A to glide. Let's see if I can just glide there. Holding A. Alright.
So we were just saying that while I'm a veteran of the Arkham series, and in fact I'm almost, I think, finished with this game, the 4th iteration, Arkham Knight, I was kind of interested to see how someone picking up for the first time how the game does and actually telling you how to use it. So
I'm trying to think what the last that was not great. So these guys, okay, X. Tap something. I think the last Batman movie I played, I honestly think it was on the Nintendo. The original Nintendo. Whatever the Batman was back then. I feel like just hitting X over and over is actually pretty effective. That was it. Alright. Oop.
So sitting here spectating, I'm appreciating all the on-screen prompts.
Presumably you knew how to do a lot of this.
That's
just really walking there? My God.
Well, no, so, I mean, there's more on-screen prompts.
Yeah, I just missed it, I think.
I mean, there's one right there.
There's one right there? Where?
And it keeps...
RB?
Yeah.
RB is an on-screen prompt. How do I... Oop. That's not something.
So the RB is the right bumper.
Right bumper.
Yeah. I was just about to say, for all that the game might be easing you into it, it also obviously expects a familiarity with the controller as well.
There's Gotham PD.
You need to get up to the roof.
Oh, fuck. Right bumper. There we go. Right bumper.
So is this going to be for mature listeners then? Should I expect more?
I'll hold run off an edge to glide. Okay.
I think there's a girder right in front of him.
There is a girder right in front of me. That explains why I'm not gliding anywhere.
I thought Arkham City was fun, but this is another level.
Bumper again. And fences. And here I am. Oh, maybe I want to be over there, I guess. Glide. Let's try gliding.
Evacuate.
No, that's
all
not
this.
work.
I'll take my chances with Scarecrow.
I can just... Alright. So I can... Nope, can't use that. Meet Commissioner Gordon by the bat signal. So this is... Let's try the gliding again. Alright. feel like I've accomplished
I'm just
something.
hoping you get it out okay.
It's honestly, so we were somewhat inspired to try this by watching two fellows at the GLS 11 conference show us how they do their Let's Play videos as a team.
How's the evacuation?
And they similarly have the setup of someone who's experienced the game and someone who isn't. And I noticed, of course, that the expert there was very careful not to sort of explain or overly guide his companion.
The non-expert probably had a little more game
It's the only lead we've had all night, but they gave us the slip.
But this is good. I'm learning how to use an
I just don't
Xbox
have the
controller.
manpower left in the city.
If you find it, tell your men not to engage.
Sort of disappointed that they're not using
Do you really think Scarecrow's
Bat
crazy enough
voice
to detonate
from,
a chemical
what's his
weapon
name?
in Gotham?
I won't let that happen, Jim.
Batman.
In case you need to reach me.
Probably the last time you, by what we're learning from our earlier discussions, the level of your current pop culture knowledge, you're probably thinking of Michael Keaton.
No. Michael Keaton was actually a good Batman.
Okay, we're gonna have to come back to that question.
Every damn time.
There we go. That's the bad voice.
I think that was actually Commissioner Gordon, but
Oh. What the hell is it? I can't think of the actor right now.
you think you have Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
How's my dad?
He's holding up.
Somehow he always does. Okay, I'm sending through the squad car's location.
Who's that?
Be careful.
It is
Not looking good out there.
Barbara Gordon, so Commissioner Gordon's daughter.
Okay.
She was. It's another interesting thing to me about how this. You were asking earlier, what is the source material for this game, and it definitely sort of, while it always eventually I think fill in backstory, it kind of expects something of a broad familiarity with Bat mythos. So Barbara Gordon was the original Batgirl, but was crippled by the Joker in Alan Moore and Brian Bolland's famous graphic novel, The Killing Joke.
Okay.
And then she became sort of wheelchair-bound assistant to Batman called Oracle, who does all the kinds of programming and looking stuff up on Google and stuff. Well, I guess it was work that was a lot more impressive before there was Google.
That's great. Programming and looking up things on Google. A is presumably not attacking, so just jumping a lot. X is attack.
So you see, an important part of the basic Arkham combat mechanic is the countering as well as the striking. So when the guys come at you with the lightning bolts over their head, it's warning you they're about to hit you, and it gives you an opportunity to hit Y to counter their strike.
Y. Okay. Still up. Yep. There we go.
So you were talking about how X by itself did quite a lot. As the fights continue, it's sort of a game of X and then Y, occasionally, and then as they introduce more villain types, you have to start thinking about using other buttons creatively.
So is this slow stroll his fastest means of locomotion? Does he have a run? There we, oh, and I got hit by the run.
Yeah, he has the run. I mean, the fastest thing, what you should really be doing is, at this stage is
using the propelling.
Yeah, and you can launch off the rappels, and then you can also rappel while you're gliding. So it's sort of like in an almost Spider-Man-esque style way. You should sort of
okay. I can actually rappel to that.
Yeah, and I think you already have the glide boost. If you now press double tap A and hold, launches like such. And then of course you need to keep holding it to glide. But,
yeah.
And then
obviously.
And then, theoretically, you glide through space, and as he eventually loses height, because the laws of physics, you grapple to another spot. And... Okay.
So I'm in the water. Alright, luckily it gets me out of the water relatively quickly. And is that number there, 175, is that how many meters I am from my
objective?
Target?
Yeah.
Objective? Alright. Alright, let's see. Work. Oh, damn it. I'm getting farther.
So at the top of the screen has the compass with the exclamation point, essentially, which you'll always be able to
Okay, this seems to be better. Yeah.
But you see how they're giving you the opportunity to grapple even while you're in the air, so you could.
Oh yeah. Ooh, shit. So I have to hold. I have to keep holding A. It looks like though. I want to keep grappling.
No. Once you've started the grapple's done with a single push of the
Okay.
right bumper.
Mm.
They're gonna find me. And we've got plenty of room in the cells for scum like you. Oh, is that right? And who's gonna be stupid enough to come looking for your son?
Let's see. It's like below me or something. Ooh.
Yeah, and there's he'll never die from falling because he'll always.
That's great. A lot of guys here.
See, you had the.
Hey, yeah, you have the opportunity to block and not take it.
There you go. That was a good one. And then the real goal is to be. For all the unbroken strikes and grapples you do, there's this combo meter building on the left-hand side. And one of the other goals of the combat is to build like the largest combo strings you can.
Of course.
And as the fights get more complicated, having a running combo thing enables him to do bigger and more impressive things. You meant to rescue the police officer back there.
Oh, okay. Ooh. Where is he? He's back here somewhere?
Hey, Batman!
Oh, there we go.
Don't leave me here. Please.
Let's speak. Rescue officer.
You're safe.
Thanks, Batman.
Kevin sounds like something somebody in Irvine would name their child.
I'll take a chance for a second. We just kill that guy? No, we picked him up.
The city's
Batman.
overrun. We don't stand a chance.
Stay here.
Huge.
I'll send someone to pick you up.
What are you doing?
Evening the odds.
LB evens the odds.
Mm-hmm.
Left bumper. Ooh, look at that. The brakes are so hot there. Glowing.
Tomorrow, I
Most
need to
realistic
track that
thing in the
military
Batmobile.
vehicle.
The squad car has picked up the pursuit.
Yeah, so this might not come as surprising on watching this video, but the big change in Arkham Knight was the inclusion of the Batmobile, which has not been a playable item in any of the previous Arkhams, as I recall.
RT accelerate. I just want to look at this thing for a moment. Afterburner. What else?
The kind of
Seating for one.
the bullet time experience just goes on indefinitely.
We're just taking a tour of the automobile. Lots of headlights. Presumably LEDs. Afterburner again. It's like a gallon a minute of fuel, just to keep it going like that. And accelerate. Characters with a Batmobile. Okay.
5-6, this is Commissioner
Steering.
I'm
There we
calling
go.
off the pursuit. It's too dangerous.
Interrogate driver of the
I'm right
military
here. We can take
vehicle.
these bastards.
So I can just run people over.
They're getting
Right.
away.
Yeah, they have this little kind of shocking thing there to kind of make it look like it's completely non-lethal. But the other idea is that all of the innocent people have cleared out of Gotham.
Of course.
So,
Who the hell are these guys? 5-6, pull back now. That's an order. Let Batman deal with this.
5-6 has taken a direct hit from an RPG. They're gone, sir.
So this is once the target locks in like that, you can press the B button to fire the immobilizer rocket.
Okay.
You've left him way behind you.
Gotcha.
Turn around. Ooh.
Let's see. Turn around. So that's what I want to follow.
Mm-hmm.
The arrows.
Yeah.
Alright.
And if while
Is
you
the only car control button the trigger, or is there actually
Yeah.
a brake button?
so
Is brake just letting your finger off the...
no. So there's the X button works as a brake, and if you push it into a turn while you're still accelerating, it will do like a drift, Fast and Furious style.
That's the X. I need to remember where X is. Whoop, there we go. Burner.
And I kind of want to talk maybe after the car chase, but see the information about that is appearing in the bottom right corner of the screen. But
You gotta be kidding me. There's no way I can follow information on the bottom of the screen while trying to
well, this is what I was
drive.
going to ask you. Is actually if you're feeling at all overwhelmed by the amount of information
It's
this
ridiculous.
is throwing at you.
There's currently, I mean, if we could, like, okay, see, it doesn't show. We can't sort of pause the screen, but there's like 100 things on screen right now. The objective to the target, 230 meters, reestablish visual contact, This is like a study, in my view, in poorly presented information. Really, the best thing about this is the explosion that just happened. But otherwise, I would say the. I was going to say the arrows on the pavement, which keep changing.
I mean, actually, they're very, very like a GPS because the second you make kind of veer off course a little bit, they recalculate.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not even entirely clear where I'm going.
You're still chasing that
I'm
APC.
chasing something. And then what is the fire button again? A?
The B button.
The B button.
You seem to be slowing down, I don't know.
Because I had to look and see where the B button was. I don't actually have
Okay,
to
you need
control
to turn. Okay.
it memorized.
Yeah.
Should be reversed too.
X is still, yeah.
Oh, X is reverse.
Yeah.
So X is both brake and reverse.
I don't think the game plans for you to use either of those too often.
Here we go. Driving. I'm just going to go slowly. Obey posted speed laws.
I mean, given that you're in a high-speed car chase, I'm not sure that going slowly is really the...
Well, I want to make sure I don't miss the objective again.
The objective's emotion is the problem.
Right, now I'll speed it up. Only got through about 130 gallons of fuel by this point, probably. So I guess most of the Batmobile is fuel. So the rocket, essentially.
So
there we go. All right, so
now
there it is.
It's going to
B.
See now, you got to wait to get the thing.
There we go. Probably some sort of
That
record.
takes care of the vehicle. I need to interrogate the driver and find out what he
LB.
knows.
Exit Batmobile. Interrogate the driver. So we're interrogating somebody after hitting his car with a missile. It seems like a successful. Why?
Where's Scarecrow?
Go to hell!
Where is he?
I got nothing to say to you, Batman.
Talk,
So it seems like
or I'll crush
your
every
other
bone in
comment
your
you're
body.
not quite a fan of Michael Keaton as Batman.
I have lots of friends who are. I never.
And you're not?
Well, I mean,
If you're lying,
and usually
I'll bring
their
the other
arguments
one.
come down to the fact that he was such a good Bruce Wayne, which I also have problems with. But as a Batman, I mean, for one thing, and I say this as a man who's not very tall myself, he's so unimposing as Batman. And I remember reading all of this stuff at the time. They're talking about, Tim Burton employed clever camera angles in order to make, Michael Keaton. But no, if you watch that film, it's quite clear that he's the shortest guy in the room.
An uncontaminated sample.
So that's interesting because you don't have a problem with the fact that Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, Hugh Jackman's like 7 feet tall, and Wolverine is very clearly like one of his defining characteristics is the fact that he is 5'3" or whatever he is per the training guide. Investigate Scarecrow's safe house. All right, do I get? Let's see, 428 meters. So presumably you want to take the Batmobile again.
Yeah. I mean, but with Keaton, we're talking about a subtraction, whereas with Jackman, we're talking about an addition, right? They're both meant to be ferocious physical specimens. One of them is perhaps now too ferocious, but the other one for me was not sort of ferocious. I mean, he's also hampered by the fact that, I don't think you can actually move very much in that suit that he wore in
Check
the
penthouse on the top floor.
in the Burton Batmans very much at all.
Yeah, I'm going the wrong way. Yeah. All right, let's try reversing. I wonder if you can do the whole game in reverse, sort of like Biggie Smalls Hypnotize. It seemed like you could. Well, it'd be difficult. So here, I guess, is objective. It's the Batmobile.
Yeah. So what you could do there, could have done there, is actually the launch out of the Batmobile, which is what that little symbol means. But your way works.
Launch out of it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where am I going?
Which would have been, been like super cool and made you look like.
There is nothing about my playing style that is super cool at this point. I can only imagine. Assuming somebody watches this is like when you watch your grandmother try to use your computer. I remember setting up email at one point with an older Italian gentleman. And first of all, he was typing with one finger at a time. Am I entering this place? I guess so, if that's what my objective is.
But your objective is above you.
Oh, Jesus. Let's see. Maybe I start repelling. Somebody's
You can
yelling
look
at
up,
me. That's right, I can. Alright. this? No. Still above me, I guess.
I don't know if we will actually invest the time in doing it, but thinking again about this as a sort of a learning experience and the kind of the scaffolding of these skills, being able to do a lot of this stuff a lot more naturally, which you would expect when you're more hours into the game, is an integral part of some of the challenges that appear in the later stages. Driving especially. I just got through a rather intense driving section from the late stages.
Let's see. Smash down. RT plus X.
Maybe you should look where you're going to smash down to first.
Come on. That's not very badass. A lot of guys right now. Am I hitting X? Yes. Try Y. Luckily, the sort of cutscenes of the programming or whatever in the fighting make my X stabbing look like actually sort of impressive.
Yep.
Otherwise, it'd be me doing one move over and over again.
In some ways, you're meeting sort of what is basically the 5th iteration of this combat style. They've been honing it since Batman Arkham Asylum.
They've been honing Smash X.
Yeah, but to make it, to add in the kind of more complicated features, alright, but also to make it look cool.
Okay.
But there was sort of 3 Batman games, and Shadow of Mordor also took over the same combat style.
Take a look at the chamber.
And I think Shadow of Mordor may actually have had an influence on this game, because the one thing that Shadow of Mordor had that the Arkham games didn't was that you could basically interrupt any combat move at any time to perform a counter. And I feel in Arkham Knight it's more generous about letting you counter at almost any stage.
Unlike Bloodborne.
Well, yeah, and in City and Asylum as well, if you committed to a strike and the guy came up with the blue lightning, then, you were in trouble.
So who's this?
Poison Ivy.
That's Poison Ivy?
Mm-hmm. This is where we learn an important plot point that she is apparently immune to the Scarecrow's fear toxin.
I think the last time I saw Poison Ivy was in Batman and Robin.
Yeah, she never made it into the Nolan years, did she?
What are you doing here?
Why did Scarecrow lock you
The
up?
only thing that Nolan didn't throw in those
No,
movies.
She didn't really
Tell
feature
me.
much in these games either, as I recall.
And what if I don't want to?
Then I'd burn every plant in Gotham.
Probably a lot we can talk about with gender here.
It
but
started with the
Yes.
What me?
Well, I was just thinking about in terms of her inclusion or not, because so much of this game basically is predicated on just thrashing people within an inch of their lives, that I wonder, because they couldn't think of a more imaginative way to include villains than as the victim of Batman's
Or my
fists.
dead body.
Her only sometime inclusion in the games, and also her support role mainly, is because they decided they didn't want to just have him beating on her.
I think a lot of her inclusion probably has to do with the fact that she's wearing like a smoking jacket and nothing else. It's an interesting outfit.
nature.
And of the 3 buttons, not even all of them are buttons. Well, I'm not sure what that bottom button would really do.
Will he ever learn?
I'm not sure what just happened.
You're coming with me.
Batman's back.
You only had to ask.
So you didn't like the this Bat voice, but I believe it's Kevin.
No, this
Conroy.
Bat voice is okay. This Bat voice is not bad. I'm referring to the.
It was an ironic wish for Christian Bale's Bat
Yes,
voice.
yes. No, his Bat voice is terrible. In general, I really. The first Batman with Christian Bale I enjoyed. The second one got sort of stupid, and the third one was probably among the dumbest movies I've ever seen.
Are you sure it's him?
Maybe the dumbest movie.
Wow.
Sir, that tank they have backing them up is unmanned.
Good.
I thought this would be tough.
Hold
All it took was
down
one
to
tank.
select Batman.
And we brought it on.
Bat Claw. Gadgets.
There's some kind of visual stimulant.
Batmobile remote. LB. Exit remote control. RB. Change camera. Batmobile raises interesting questions with the conservation and creation of matter, I feel. There are lots of things that spring out of it, or that it does, that kind of can't exist.
Why?
Batman.
Where's all that equipment coming from? Where's all the ammo coming from? Where's the fuel being stored? It's like the Millennium Falcon in some ways.
The ammo is a better question. I see no reason why any of the things you just...
L strafe. That's like crap. What are we doing here?
Probably responding to...
Probably responding to something.
Or,
Okay, shooting. B.
again, the bottom right corner of the screen.
Bottom right corner of the screen. Let's see. Fire Vulcan gun. RB. Fire signal cannon. RT.
Yeah, you've gone out of tank mode again. You need to hold down.
Shit.
You need to
Where I
stay
have hold
within
down?
range
L.
of the remote control.
What's happening here? Remote range exceeded. Is that one?
Well,
There we go. So now I'm back in remote. LT. LT is battle mode.
and the Vulcan cannon really doesn't do much of a scratch on those guys.
No, it doesn't. So we're using mostly low armor. I want to get more armor.
But it's like Batman's health, it recharges after a battle, so you get one set of like kind of health or armor for each confrontation. So you can,
Oop. So presumably that was it.
yeah,
My Batman exploded.
yeah. So you see how there's I think there are white lines coming out of the enemy tanks, and when they actually like intersect the Batmobile to inform you that they will hit you, they turn red to warn you.
Okay.
So
I wasn't really sure if that was my target.
Oh.
See, what's going to happen? So presumably I'll start somewhere.
It probably starts you back very close to where, because you're in the middle of a mission, it's usually quite gentle about. This is why I was thinking this is a comparison to Dark Souls when we were talking about it the other week. That in comparison to Dark Souls and the way it sort of, wouldn't necessarily say punishes you, but is very difficult and would, start you back again.
I mean, in a comfortable amount of time, I think I died about 40 times in Dark Souls.
Yeah.
So I'm going.
But it starts you back at your campfire or wherever. Here, we're back at the beginning of the challenge where you were fighting the tanks. So.
Okay, so I have that little thing in the bottom corner. RB is Vulcan cannon, which you said is
Yeah, might as well
not very
ignore
useful.
that for this confrontation.
And RT is 60mm cannon.
Yeah, that's
Oop,
the one
no,
I
that's
mean.
the...
And of course, you can manipulate the crosshair separate from the tank itself. There you go.
I'm going to be honest, that was an accident.
You need to stay within range of the remote control.
Ah, fucking range. You gotta be kidding me, Batman.
Then you come back into car mode. Hold down the left trigger.
Ooh,
Move.
I know. How do I...
Hold down the left trigger.
I'm trying to hold down.
Okay.
I'm holding it down, but now I'm in... Oh, man, this is really complex. Ooh. There we go. Oop. Ah, Jesus.
I need to stay within range of the remote control.
There we go.
How are we doing on time? Gosh, we've been recording for almost 40 minutes.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's extraordinary. Alright, low armor. Like one more guy, right?
Yeah.
Right there. Ah! Get away.
Ooh. When you just oil down the challenge, right, you sort of got to use one stick to keep the tank in motion and the other stick to try and shoot the things. That makes me want to go back and play Battlezone and see how it stacks up.
Oops. That's not it.
So while you're having a little bit of trouble with it right now, I really like the simplicity of the mechanic where the left trigger converts it into, just holding it down converts it into battle mode, and then releasing it converts it back into Batmobile
The
mode.
master of
For somebody with a little more
understatement
skill,
as ever.
very convenient. So those are the Batmobile's rear seats.
I need to know where those tanks are coming from.
I'm tracking
Where does he
several
get those
transport
wonderful
vehicles into the
toys?
city. There are more on the way.
Activate the Batmobile weapon diagnostics. It's time to go to war.
So we just stuffed the girl in the trunk. Character bottle unlocked. Poison ivy. There's a lot of target. Run battle mode weapon energy system diagnostics. So my
Into
target
battle
right
mode,
now-
maybe?
Enter battle. Okay.
No, maybe you need to get to the target first, which is 193 meters away.
Drive. Push that. Maybe. Oh. Reverse right there. Oop. Forward a little bit. Reverse.
Oh god. So you need...
Weapon incomplete. What's why is it incomplete?
Because you have to set unselect that now. Okay. So back up a little bit so that you're sort of... Okay.
Here we go.
Start challenge with A.
Where do you see this?
The place where all of the prompts have been
So-
for the last 30 minutes.
Initialize.
Weapon energy system diagnostic test online.
The diagnostic.
Stage 1. Destroy targets to charge up weapon energy and activate missile barrage.
Destroy target weapon energy.
See, they've given you some benign targets to practice on.
Basically, so this is like a training ground.
Yeah.
Essentially.
So enter battle mode.
Enter battle mode. There we are. And there's a stick. Targets are.
The tanks with the glowing blue lights on them.
Oh, they're right in front of me. Destroy it. There we go. Did they do this?
Missile barrage level 1 ready.
No, they're going to teach you. They want to teach you about missile barrage.
Missile barrage.
So because you've hit a bunch of targets without being hurt yourself, you've built up. You see the underneath the crosshair.
Yeah.
So if you press X, you release missile barrage.
Diagnostic stage complete. Stage 2. Charge the missile barrage to level 2 to destroy up to 4 targets at once.
I think they just keep regenerating them because they want you to.
Oh, okay. We're gonna build up.
Yeah. You haven't destroyed either of those.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Missile barrage level 2
Now, so
ready.
you hit X 4 times to unleash missile barrage level 2.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Diagnostic stage complete. Stage 3. Taking damage depletes weapon energy. Charge up missile barrage to level 2 and destroy 4 active
you have to
targets to
start.
complete diagnostic
You have
test.
to do the same thing, but without taking damage. So, so again, so it is actually trying to train you in the
Yep.
in the skills that you need. Yeah, well, I have all these friends, friends of colleagues of ours, in fact, who keep saying, I only know the mouse and the keyboard on the PC. I can't use controllers, but you've just got to play games, right?
Yeah.
In order to learn how to use the controller. Okay, you can end the challenge now. Export time. You is it still gonna let you get away with it? It did.
It did?
Yes.
Okay.
The bullet time is sort of a cue that you. So A to continue if you want to retry that challenge, right?
Batman, I'm seeing a
Point.
transport
One up,
deploying
big
more
point.
tanks at Panessa Studios. I've warned GCPD to pull their men off the streets.
I'm heading there now.
Power slide.
Come in, all units.
But I don't want
This
to
is
do that.
Commissioner Gordon.
No.
We
Yeah,
have
you did
numerous
the pass on
hostile
it, like
tanks
the twist.
deployed across the
Okay.
city.
Oh, I
Gotham
see.
is under attack. I want everyone off the streets and back to GCPD. We're not equipped to deal with what's out there. Thank God there's someone who is.
We have a lot of material. That should be good. Let's stop it recording.
Time is it right now?
It's 3:05.
Okay.
I'm not saying that we have to stop hanging out playing games, but it's like we've been. Do you think anyone's going to watch 40 minutes?
Probably not. Oops, I got it. Battle mode.
Yeah, we'll see if David can use his newly won skills to defeat this army of tanks.
I think anybody who's watching knows the answer. So now that you've told me what that red line means, that is actually rather helpful.
Yeah, they're actually taking it quite easy on you. There's later challenges where those lines start crisscrossing the screen. Like, you wouldn't believe it.
Oh god, already over here.
It's actually interesting, so there was no, I don't believe the game gave you any explanation as to what those lines meant.
No.
So it's intended to be intuitive.
Although it might assume more literacy or other things.
I guess red is rarely a good color in games, right?
Yeah. Ah!
But it's already modeling one of the key frustrations in the game, which is when your weapon charge gets into stuff like that. Quick, do it! Do it!
Got them all right.
Yeah.
Jim, tell your men they can resume their patrols. The tanks have been dealt with.
Doctor?
Thank God. Let's hope they were the last.
Don't count on it.